Alright, PJMask painting tutorial. As you may or may not know, PJMask is like an elementary school cartoon. So I'm just gonna do a simple rendition of what I think we should do. I think we should use maybe like these are little kids, so a smaller brush. It's usually the little kids that want to, do this type of painting. And there's 3 different characters, so I'm gonna recommend that you use yellow. We just do, the head, and then they could pick which character they want to color in, based on what they know about the character and based on the color. So there's a green character, a blue character, and a red character. So we're just gonna do their head. All right. So we'll have all the kids draw out or color in a circle. We got to keep this real simple. I think this is a 5-year-old party. So we're gonna make it real simple for us and for them. So again, we're gonna use like a medium brush or a small brush and have them just do a circle. All right. And then also, we'll just fill the background all yellow. All right. So we'll have them have a yellow background. All right, just for the sake of, not keeping it too plain. And a lot of times I like to do this with kids to help them kind of just learn how to use the brush first. A lot of 5-year-olds have never painted before. And so we want to be able to give them an opportunity to kind of figure out how to use a brush. If they usually know how to write a little bit at 5, so you want to tell them to make sure they hold the brush like they hold a pencil. Because some kids hold brushes like this, or some weird kind of way, like they don't look at it as a utensil to to really work on dexterity and writing. So you have to teach them that. You got to tell them how to use a paintbrush, because it's not like a pencil. They don't see it as the same thing, or as artists we do. So as you see them holding a brush kind of funny, you want to kind of instruct them on how to hold a brush. So again, we're just gonna make this background yellow just to kind of give them that opportunity to figure out how to hold a brush. And that way you can kind of figure out what kid is what, which kid is gonna follow directions, which kid is gonna just be doing their own thing. So as you watch them, and then it also gives you some time to kind of figure out, how long it's gonna take for, pieces to dry. So we'll start off with yellow because there's no yellow characters. And you can all give them a foundation or a basis to color with. All right, they all wear this like half mask. So we'll also take the yellow and just make the half mask. All right, so the mask just kind of comes out with the nose and the mouth open, where you can kind of just see their nose and their mouth, and they just cover their eyes, kind of like Batman, So you want to have that, just so you can have that vision of it. All right. And most of the characters are Caucasian, so what you want to be able to do is you want to make that color. So we'll take some red, a little bit of red, some yellow, mix it together. All right, add some white, and do that. Boom. Get a nice peach color. This also gives a chance for the kids to learn how to mix colors. Most kids like to do that, but you gotta watch them, because if they're little, they'll get kind of excited with it. And we'll just paint in this half of the face. All right, paint this half of the face in, and boom, fill all that in. Again, this is a kids painting class, and when you doing kids classes, we try to do an hour, but with kids, sometimes they don't have the bandwidth or the patience to paint for an hour. But you gotta give them something where they can have a representation of what you told them you was gonna paint. So you want to make sure it looks like what you said you was gonna paint. So if they want PJMask, it needs to look like PJMask in order for the parents to be able to have that full experience of what they're paying for. All right, so boom, simple. We have that. Now, again, there's 3 characters, and this parent particularly wants them to pick which character they want to paint with. I usually wouldn't do that, but just for the sake of, I don't know, I'm not going to be there, so I'm going to let you make the call. So there's a blue one, a green one, and a red one. So I will have you do all of them the same, start the same. All right, so let's go with the blue one, because I think he's a leader, so let's go with him. So what we'll do is we'll make the eye hole, okay, where the eyes come out, and we'll go up and down, boom. All right, have the kids do that, and then the same thing on the other side. Probably want to tell them to make a dot too. That might be easier. Make a dot, go up and down. Depending on how young the kids are, and based on what you're seeing them do, if they're able to do these simple concepts, it's going to be your call. All right, and then they'll start to fill in around where you just did that. So you want them to fill in around what you just did. Again, this is not drawing, this is painting, so you have to see what you're doing. All right, you really gotta be paying attention to what's going on at this party. I'm just coming down a little bit because in the actual character comes down a little bit. All right, boom. All right, coming around, boom. Now again, look at the characters, and you might want to come help them at the very end to kind of, because they have like these little designs on the mask, and then you can probably help them do that. So like the green one has like a little green mohawk, the blue one has these cat ears, and the red one has these little wings that go out. So I would recommend just knowing which one is which for the class, and then you can kind of go around and help them create that. So I'm gonna just put the little ears on this one because it's kind of how he looks. All right, kind of looks like Sonic, but that's all right. All right, so put him like that, put him like that, and again, you can't get too complicated with this. This is a painting, and you have a very young audience that you're painting with, so don't just try to paint on their level. The blue one also has these little designs too. You don't have to do this part, but I'm just gonna do it just for the sake of the video. It's some light blue. I probably could just use white. And he has these let me look at this picture. These like white stripes right here. Alright, and triangle here. And triangle here. Alright, so we got those there, and then he has some on the side right here too. Again, all 3 characters look different, so I would just know what they look like when you go to the class, so you can be able to differentiate what the characters look like. He also got like a little light eyebrow here. Alright, and then he has blue eyes. So all of their eyes are the color of their mask. So I'm just gonna do some blue eyes here. It look a lot like Sonic, but once you see the real cartoon, it doesn't look like Sonic, but we're gonna do our best with this. Alright, so we'll do that. Boom. You'll kind of be able to tell when the kids are getting restless too throughout the process. If they're getting restless, let's make our way to the end of the painting and keep it moving. Alright, it's looking good. I'm gonna use a little dark blue to kind of, they might not be able to understand this concept, but we'll do it for the sake of just making a pretty painting. Alright. Alright, and then just to keep it real nice and simple, Let's go to the black. We'll make the little nose here. And a little smiley face. Alright. Bring some blue down here. Yeah, he has some blue down here too, so let's bring this across. Alright, and take this black, make the eyes. Yep, that looks a lot like it. So that's pretty much the concept. If you want, you could do an outline around it. I think those kids will, be happy with this. The outline may be a bit much for them, but I would take some special effects and kind of put them on there. So again, 3 characters. You have a red one, a blue one, and a green one. So just put some special effects to kind of make the picture pop a little bit. I like to do this just to keep it not so plain. Alright, just something on the side. Alright, keep it simple. Again, the little kids. And you want to make the parents happy. That's usually the people you gotta impress. The kids will be like whatever, but it's the parents that you gotta impress. And at 5 years old, they gotta understand what they're trying to get to. All right, so that's about it. I could probably go around and just bring this around too. It's not necessary, but you'll see what you need to do in the class though. All right, so that's it. Keep it simple. Don't overwork yourself on things like this. Don't get caught up in the politics of parents wanting kids that's 5 years old to be superstars at painting. But you definitely want to make sure you have a good time. You definitely want to encourage them throughout the process, and you definitely want to do that song at the end. All right, so that's a basic PJMask type painting, and that's it. Keep it simple. This is basically what they look like. That's the one that I painted. And just make sure you do your research on what the characters look like, so when you get there, you have some kind of idea of what you're doing. And that's the logo of PJMask. All right, enjoy.